I wanted to film this video in case people have come up against the same issues. So this is my 1989 Robin Hood with a Ford Sierra 2-litre Pinto engine in it, and this has been a bit of a mystery that I've had to trace back and identify over the course of time. Car, when I first bought it, was being stored inside of a garage and had been for 15 years of the previous owner's life, and although the engine was rebuilt somewhat 8 years ago, they've never had an issue with it since, and everything was running lovely when I bought the car and had done for quite some time after. So I had no suspicions at all or any concerns that the previous history that was given to me on purchase of the vehicle was anything to be suspicious of or concerned about. This vehicle was running fine for a very long time after my purchase, and I kept an eye on the oil levels and water levels and everything else. But over the course of the last 3 weeks, when I start the vehicle, it would be a little bit sluggish turning over to the point where it's clicking. Now, from my previous experience working on cars, the clicking is a low battery or starter motor fault or low sort of voltage going to the starter motor from a bad earth or something along those lines. So I have replaced the starter motor. There's a brand new starter motor on there, but the problems were continuing. And this was something that was really starting to get on my nerves and confuse me. I've now found out that the engine has seized, and there was one little thing that caught my eye that has been bothering me for quite some time. Now, the engine had seized, or has seized should I say, as I've not yet fixed it, but I'm quite good at problem solving, and you have to look at the evidence you've got and trace things back. So one of the things that caught my eye not long after purchasing the vehicle is this air filter that has been made for the vehicle by the previous owner. They've done a good job. It's actually quite well made. But the one day I lifted it with the little pin on the back here, and as I raised it, you can see there's a lot of water dripping out of that foam. It is directly above an air vent on the bonnet, and there is also moisture on the top of the carburetor. So my only real reason to suspect the engine had seized would be through maybe the head gasket going, water infiltrating the bores through the coolant system, but the coolant level is spot on to where I topped it up when I first bought the vehicle. It hasn't budged. I then started doing a bit of research to find out if water could get directly through the carburetor and down through the inlet into the bores of the pistons, causing the pistons to rust and the rings to seize. And although there was not really a lot on Google or online to suggest that this was a possibility, it just said that it is possible for water to get down through the carburetor, but it wasn't a common fault, and it would be in very abnormal circumstances, such as a vent lining up perfectly with this filter. And the difference to me now and the previous owner is that I actually store this vehicle outdoors in the elements of Wales, which are obviously very rainy. And the water, in my suspicion, has been going down through this filter, through the carb, into the inlet, into the bores, and has now seized the engine solid. So I'm going to document this, and my next plan now is to remove the spark plugs, put a diesel solution down them, and leave it for a few days on a hope that that will free up the rings. I'm then going to do a full oil change on the vehicle to obviously rid of everything that seeped through into the sump, and we're hopefully going to get this engine started. And with it being such a rare case and not one that I've been able to find much documentation on online, that is the reason that I'm doing this video. But I'm going to share my latest findings with you once I've done a little bit more digging, and once I've done the removal of the spark plugs and I've unseized the engine, which I'm very confident I will. Then I will update you and let you know my findings. So hopefully this video and my future videos will help a lot of people if they ever come across a very rare circumstance such as this one. I hope that's helped. At this point, I don't expect you to subscribe straight away because this may not be the answer, but if you can and you want to see my future video and find out what actually happens, then please subscribe, click the link, and click that alarm bell as well, so that the next upload I make you'll get the update for, and hopefully it'll be an update with this engine running.